Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Karo Vlog. And welcome back, team, to another episode of the Karo Vlog. Yep, it's the end. Today I fly out of Honiara to Brisbane. Yeah, today's my final day. I fly out today at 2:50. Gotta go to the airport at 12:50. So today was a pretty busy day. Was pretty much just seeing the athletes left, right and centre all morning, just making sure things are okay before I go. So I think there's going to be a couple of things I need to organise first before everything is finalised before I go, so that everyone knows what to do. So yeah, it's been a busy morning. Had some breakfast, so at the moment now waiting up on one of the boxers to do some soft tissue work. Same with the other boxer. So yeah, can't believe it, a week and a half, it's already gone. It felt so slow for me, but yet it's gone so fast, which is always the case. But it is what it is, and there's always a saying that good times must come to an end. Like I said in my last vlog here, it's been a fun trip. You could say it's been a fun trip. A lot of learnings, a lot of experience gained, but also a lot of friends made as well. So it's great. It was a great time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a deep reflection on the overall trip when I arrive in Brisbane, because I feel that that is the best place to reflect on in order to wrap this chapter up one last time. So yeah, so wait on to that reflection, and we'll catch you at Brizzy. Hey team, so I'm currently waiting for my plane to Brisbane, where I'm going to be spending the night over there before heading home to Auckland. Wow. This trip here, what can you say? What can you say? It's been a learning. I had fun, you can say. I did have fun. But at the same time, it's been a big learning experience. A massive learning experience. I said to myself, saying, oh, I didn't want to go because I was on a roll with my business. Because before I came here, my practice was really busy. But then I actually thought to myself, it's should I have even gone? But to be honest with you, I'm glad I've gone, because I've learnt so much in this trip. So much in this trip. A lot. I truly have. So that's big. Sorry about that, guys. I've actually learnt a lot in this trip. So the one thing I want to share with you guys is reflection number 1. Gratitude. Being grateful. That was probably by far my biggest take of this trip. It's just being grateful for what we have. You know, during the couple of weeks that we were here, we didn't have power for nearly for 2 days, or maybe didn't have power for nearly for 3 days. And what that means is that we didn't have water. We didn't have water, which therefore, made things hard. Yeah, and they make me think that there's things in this world, or these people in this world, that think that in order to have a successful life, we need to have materialistic things. A flash car, a beautiful wife, a big house, lots of money, which will bring us happiness. And a lot of us, especially in the modern day world, get so stressed up on those certain things. Why? And this is where, with this trip here, it really taught me so much about life. Because when you step out of the airport and you go and travel around the Solomon Islands, that, my friend, is an eye-opener. It's an eye-opener because of the conditions that the people had to live in. And it makes you think about life in a different perspective. And it makes you think about how you should live your life. It makes you think of, being more grateful for what we have. So for me, having no power for a few days, power cutting off, no water for a few days, even having no Wi-Fi for a few days, no Wi-Fi for consistently, these things matter. But yet we all take it for granted. And you look at here, those guys, in order to get, for people to get power and water in this country here, it's a luxury for people. It's a luxury. Even getting Wi-Fi is a luxury. And yet we do complain about, oh, I didn't get the latest iPhone, I didn't get the latest car, oh, I didn't have enough money, oh, I don't have that much money, I can't afford this, I can't afford that, I wish I had this much money, I wish I had that much money. We put a lot of emphasis on materialistic things, and we put it on a pedestal, that thinking that it will make life great. But matter of fact, it doesn't. What will make life great is that we be grateful for what we have already. And this is where the Solomon Island people showed that to me. Even like the driver that I'm with, even like the people that I talked to, they showed me that these materialistic things that they have is nothing. It's nothing. But what they have in front of them is all they need. And that is the biggest eye-opener that this trip has taught me, was the fact that is be grateful for what you have. Not having power, not having water really made me appreciate that even more, that we do have power, we do have water at where we are, and our living is enough for them. Even like for them, they probably dream about being in our situation. They actually dream about being in our position, because we have those things, like I said, power and water for them is a luxury. Even having Wi-Fi is a luxury for them. So to sum it up, you just got to be grateful for what you have in front of you. And that's the biggest thing that I'm going to do from now on, is that for every little thing that I see, I'm going to be saying, I'm so grateful I got that. I'm so grateful that I have a roof over my head. I'm so grateful that I have power. I'm so grateful that I have water. I'm so grateful that I'm able to have a shower. I'm so grateful that I have Wi-Fi. I'm so grateful that I have money, enough money to keep me alive. I'm so grateful that I'm able to serve. For me, it's just more to do with being grateful for what we all have. And this was an eye-opener, because the people in Solomon Islands, they don't care about the latest iPhone. They don't care about having so much money. They don't care about having a flash house or anything like that. They're just happy with what they've got in front of them, which really made me think in a different perspective. So today, reflection number 1 is sharing with you guys gratitude and being grateful for the things that is in front of you and what you have. So, got to share with you guys my next reflection when I get to Brisbane. So, I'll see you guys in Brisbane. Miami. Party in Miami. Miami. Party in Miami. Miami. Party in Miami. Yeah. Miami. Gonna party with me? Party in Miami. And welcome back, guys. So just landed in Brisbane. The flight was a pretty good flight, not too bumpy, no turbulence at all, which is good. So the plan is now to stay the night, go to the Airbnb, stay the night, and do a bit of traveling as well. Just have a look around the city at night as well. I'm sure it's going to be an absolute stunner to be able to do that. So I guess for me it's a bit of a R&R for me to be able to just relax after a weekend a bit, or you could say like a busy few days as well. But since I'm here, I want to share with you guys reflection number 2 that I learned from this trip, which was your happiness in life is dictated by how you see things. So what does that mean? So I'll repeat that again. The happiness that you make for yourself is determined by how you see things. So what that means is how you, it's all about how you see life in a different perspective. So the people at Solomon Islands, even though they didn't have much at all, even though they don't have like the advanced technology that we have, say in Aussie or say in New Zealand, they are always happy. They're always happy people, because they are so content and they're so happy with what they've got. Like, even if it's like the little things, or even if it's like the things that we don't look at as the things that we don't look at as if it's that important, they're just happy with what they have in front of them, and that's what makes them happy. And that's the one thing that I've really learnt from them, is the fact that how you see things, and or you can just say your happiness. When you look at your happiness, it's how you look at your life. It's how you look at things, and how you're going to use things to your disposal. It's a simple thing that people say, but it's hard, because society dictates on like what is happiness because of all these different things and so forth. So my reflection, in summary, my reflection is that your happiness is determined on how you will see it, or how you're going to make it. So reflection number 2 from this trip is the happiness, again, the happiness, the road to your happiness, is determined on how you're going to create your life, or how are you going to look at life in another way. So reflection number 2, done and dusted.
No, I think when you're working like in quarantine hours, then you start to having a sick leave.
I know, so my culture doesn't have.
No, you have some like that. It is illegal. You have sick leave. I am fully sick. I can pay. But if you have enough hours, like enough sick leave when you're like working 6 months, and then start to maybe having a sick leave.
Maybe I stay in cold.
So hey team, just went to my accommodation to drop off all my stuff, and then after that had a shower, and then on my way to have a look at Brisbane at night. I heard really good things about it, so I'm really excited to check it out. Now, one thing I want to discuss about now is my third reflection, which is strengthening my relationship with God. For those of you who have followed me, I have been trying to find my faith, and I'm trying to find who God is, and trying to understand God for myself, because in the past I haven't been quite resistant with Jesus and how he does stuff as well. So I want to understand how he does stuff. And then the one thing that I understood about him is that he does some wonderful things, and I'm just starting to realize that. And like after a couple of months of like, you know, really honing in and understanding who God is and like what he's all about, I'm starting to realize that he's doing some really good work, and I believe that he has done some great work with me, helping me out to guide myself to like the life that I want to live. So that's actually a really big revelation for me, is the fact that he's actually doing some really good things with me as well. Now, like I said, I was dreading about like going to this trip, this Pacific Games trip, because of number one, like business was going well prior to me leaving New Zealand, and and I was actually dreading about it. So for me, but however, God told me, you know, stick trust me, stick with this trip, and you'll learn a lot. And I'll show you what I mean by, you know, walking the path as well. And to be honest with you, like, I actually didn't realize that this trip has been a real game changer for me, not just for myself, but for my mind, for my mind and my perspective of life and my perspective of everything that I see, especially if it comes like with money, wealth and fame. Because when you look at the people, especially at the Solomon Islands, is that they don't have the best, they don't have that much money, they don't have that much wealth, they don't have that much status as well and accolades, but yet they're still happy, and yet they still like enjoy the life that they always want to enjoy. So God really has really turned the tables for me in that kind of perspective, in understanding that there's more to life than like all these accolades as well. So reflection number 3 is strengthening my relationship with God. So I'm actually thankful for that. So stay tuned for more reflections. Hey team, hope you guys are well. So I'm here at the city centre of Brisbane. Look at that, guys. People aren't lying that when you come to Melbourne at night, it's absolutely stunning. That there is stunning. Look at this whole town, well, this whole city. Stunning, absolutely stunning. So glad that I was able to walk. So glad that I was able to experience the city for myself. I want to share with you guys my final reflection from this trip here, which is really, really, really important, and it's probably one of the most important ones for me as well, which is knowing myself, knowing my strengths, knowing who I am as a person, and trying to stand up for myself. You know, for me, yeah, I'm actually getting a lot better, like knowing myself and who I am as a person, which is always the case. For me, you know, I know what I want in life. I know what I need to do in life. I know how to achieve it. But there's a part of me that will surrender to people. There's a part of me that there's still that old self within myself saying to myself that, oh, I need to please someone. If I don't do this, like, they'll hate me, they'll don't like me. And then I have to learn from that. But what I've also learned, that what I'm doing for people is enough. People don't realize, like, what we all don't realize is that what we do for other people is enough. It's enough for them to appreciate the time and the effort that you put into them, and they appreciate that, just like how we appreciate this tonight. See this is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is unbelievable. This is something that for myself that I have to do, and accept the fact that I'm doing enough. And also to stand up for myself as well. But that part there, I'm still learning, because there's always going to be that old self that will surrender to people. That if you don't do something, they won't like you. If you don't do like this particular thing, they won't like you. They will talk bad about you. If you aren't there for them, they'll talk bad about you. You know, all these things just came into my mind, and then all of a sudden, it fucks with your brain. It fucks with you emotionally. So that's the one thing I have to do. That's the one thing I need to do, is to really go and stand up for myself and accept the fact that no one's going to be perfect, and the fact that no, you can't please everyone, but you just got to do your best. So that's my last reflection, is the fact that is knowing myself better, and also being careful with who you give your heart to. So I reckon this is going to be a great way to wrap things up, to wrap this chapter up, to wrap this this journey that I was in, the learnings that I have been doing. So this is it, guys. This is the end of the journey, but there's always going to be a new chapter opening up. Is this the end of like the Cairo vlogs? Absolutely not. But this is a end of the chapter. So let's wrap it up. And thank you for being in another episode of the Cairo vlog. I'll see you guys next time.